really cool swords. I was going to buy it.
Okay.
Genji sword is at the mall. I don't show
My brother has Genji sword.
Damn.
Somebody check on the
I need to
screen
marry
if there's any volume coming out.
I need to marry your boy. And then kill him and then get half his assets, and half of his assets will include the Genji sword.
And the dog. Get the dog.
And your house.
And the car.
And your car. And then kill him and then get half his assets, and half of his assets will include the Genji sword.
And the dog. Get the dog. And the car.
And your house.
And the car.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me through the stream?
Yeah, I can. You sound fine to me. Are you guys getting an echo or anything on my side?
No, but I'm saying there's an echo on our side. Oh. God. Oh,
Does anyone got any questions about their characters? Everyone level, I believe, 8?
Should be lovely. Yeah.
This is so much inception.
Interesting.
Literally got me put on, man. You can't fucking see me. Oh, God. You can't see me, man. This is breaking my brain.
That's a real. Oh no, I docked everyone.
Okay. Sweet.
Much better. Forgot it. Then you also stuff on the last one. So, welcome everybody to the stream. If you're actually on here, I don't actually have many people to do that, but we're going to be playing D&D, live action, playing podcast, tabletop.
No, no.
Don't actually have a username for.
You guys can just use my real name, I don't care. Somebody's doing throw my last name or something so people can track me down.
All right, so his full name. You guys want his birthday, his social security number, his favorite color? All right, so his favorite color is purple.
Good color.
His last name is Taylor. None of this is true, by the way. I've never doxed somebody purposely. So, all right, so we're ready to go whenever you are there, Junior.
Does anyone want to give a overview of what happened last time?
So essentially, the dwarves were like, hey, yo, we want to come back to the surface. And then we were like, aha, funny. So we fucking killed them. And then we started blasting. Anyways, we killed some iron golems. We're about level 7, level 8. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
You got a cleric here. Oh yeah, my character's name is Groog. Zoog. I'm sorry, I don't got my character sheet in front of me. And his name is Zoog, and he is a Grub. And he is a cleric, and he worships. He's a temple cleric, and he worships the Greek god Poseidon.
Poseidon. To get that mad puss.
Shut the fuck up.
So anyway,
And there went our rating. No.
well, I get banned on Twitch, but it's, I guess it's at the end of the days for me.
YouTube, here we come.
Woo! For those that are wondering, the crazy guy is really clever. He's the one who's complaining about not being on the stream. But we both know that he's not on there.
We don't want all the babes here. We only want the.
So
But he can kind of see now. All right, there we go.
Do we want to just introduce ourselves every one or just every few sessions?
It's because you can't do it.
Well, this is when we're actually live streaming, so.
Okay.
My character is Luna, the bugbear barbarian. For some reason.
Sponsored by Sundrop. Just kidding. What if Sundrop wanted to sponsor us?
We don't have a sponsor yet, but Sundrop is the taste that don't quit.
I'll be plugging anyone that's not paying.
And I can't open it.
Sundrop, fix your damn body.
Okay, I guess we'll get into it.
Not good. Sponsorship. Here we go. We're just playing something.
Okay.
Well, let's not start eating.
Magically delicious.
Out of here. Okay. So if you guys are up,
Because it takes so long to get into it.
Oh,
that is very true. Very
That
true.
is the main reason.
Okay.
I got all the important characters up on screen.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
why am I?
I don't even know
I see my girl.
who's all up on the screen. Okay, so if you guys remember, I assume you all took the evening at your houses, which Peak Town gave each of you individual houses. And I believe I said that you each have ultimately two people working in your houses, one to protect it and one you pretty much have a maid, butler type person. So you all wake up in your individual houses. Is there anything that you want to do?
I need more arrows.
I'm going to take a bath, an hour-long bath.
Okay, you can do that. Are you just booking out your door, running to the nearest, or what? What?
I'm just casually torturing the dwarf I still have in my bag.
I thought you gave that to Osborne, or did you keep him?
Oh, did I give him away?
I probably had
Then I captured another one during the battle, and just happened to be torturing that dwarf mage for more information about that portal thing we gotta find.
Can I go looking for a crossbow?
Crossbow? Yes. You can go to the merchant district and just probably go to the weapon. Any weapon dealer in town will have a crossbow. If you're just looking for a standard crossbow.
I'm looking for a hand crossbow.
Okay. Just so that we can be a little bit more organized about this, can we go from someone start and then we'll go from there clockwise? Because I'm assuming you guys are all sitting in a circle.
And I would be next.
Okay.
clockwise.
I would be next.
That's how we start.
Because that's how clock works, ladies and gentlemen. You start from one way and go all the way around clockwise.
Thank you for that lesson. We was
Or
definitely
counterclockwise. Either way, we're spinning people right round.
Anyway, how are you? Arrows?
okay. So arrows. So are you just going to the town and getting arrows?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to negotiate for arrows, or are you just picking up the nearest arrows you can?
Yeah, I'll negotiate.
Okay. So you walk up to. Are you looking for? I mean, any particular race that's selling weapons, or you just?
Well, I'm elven, so.
You're elf?
Okay.
I'm elf.
So you're gonna find an elf selling some arrows.
No, elves are too smart.
Okay.
Humans are pretty gullible.
I'm here as an elf too. You're an elf.
I'll go for the human.
So you're going for a human merchant then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just as you look around the bustling marketplace, you look at the different stalls around and you manage to see just an average looking dude. Blonde hair, blue eyes. He almost has rags on, but not quite. And he just He's not even really yelling at anyone. He's just standing there waiting at his stall, and you just, I'd assume you approach him.
Yep.
Okay. And he just looks up at you and says, "What can I do you for?"
How many arrows do you have?
I got plenty of arrows. How many arrows are you looking for?
I asked you how many you have.
Let me look at my sheet here and get a rough estimate. Currently, just regular null and void arrows. I got about 124.
I want them all.
You want them all? Okay. Let me look at the price here. Unless you want to offer a bulk price before I.
Well, I mean, I kind of just saved your entire town from a dwarven invasion.
I mean,
So
I still gotta make a living. How do I know it was you? I mean, I was only gonna charge 5 gold pieces for the 120, but
oh, I have. I'll give you 7.
okay. I'm not gonna complain with that. He hurries up and hands you. It's 5 quivers of arrows. All each have 20, and he just kind of hands them over to you.
5 gold for one. Then I want to stop next to him and sell each quiver 5 gold for each quiver.
I think you misheard him. He said 5 gold for each of them. Or all of them. Sorry.
All right. Then
I mean, he'll take the 7 gold. Hey.
I'll give him, what is that? 25 gold? I'll give him 25 gold.
Okay. He takes it, he hands you the arrows and actually throws in a couple of, an extra quiver. And they appear to be, there's almost, as you grab the quiver, it's almost like a chill to it. And he's like, I appreciate it, and I'll throw this one in for free for your business.
It shields me?
Oh, you feel it still.
Oh, it chills me?
No,
Yeah.
it looks like a great disturbance or something like that. Still think I'd fall asleep. Yeah.
You can feel the cold seeping from the quiver
There's something
as you grab it.
strange about it.
Okay.
Anything else that you're looking for? I might be able to help you out with.
No, I just need to go find a frog real quick.
I'm sure there's some frogs down by the well.
No, it's like a big frog that can talk.
Can't say I've seen any of those around, but good luck.
Thank you. And with that, I go searching for Zook.
Okay. We'll jump to the next person. Does that work? Who's next?
All right. Well, it is me, Zoog. I am just taking a bath, soaking in the water,
Okay.
scrubbing dub dub.
Oh, just when you
I got my
wake up.
little rubber ducky and everything.
Just got the rubber froggy.
Whatever.
Has a rubber froggy.
Rubber has really been invented yet, so probably not a rubber ducky.
Meme.
You can have a carved wooden duck if you want. Just float it in there with you.
Fine. I got wooden rubber. My wooden duck.
Premium wood.
Yes.
Is it a full-size duck?
No.
Yeah. It's whatever he wants it to be at this point.
It's the size of a regular rubber duck.
The carver was extremely confused when you asked for this, by the way, because he's never seen a rubber duck before. He's like, "Why do you want a duck so small?"
Take a bath with it, man.
He just looked at you extremely weirdly, but I guess to each their own.
Humans are so rude. I know.
It's not just humans. I mean, that particular wood carver was a human, but
Hey, what I do with it in my private time is none of your business. Woodcarver.
So what if he shows up? Wooden duck places.
Illyria, is that your name? Like,
Yep.
Okay. Do you just want to pop up at his door? Or are you just not? Are you knocking, or are you just walking in?
Oh, I'm walking in.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, as soon as you open the door and you start walking in, man, right, sitting to the left of the door, stumbles up. He's got armor on. And he goes to pull out his sword. Are you gonna say anything to him, or are you gonna?
Where's Zoog?
He proceeds to pull out his sword and says, "Who are you to ask?"
I'm gonna loosen one of my arm straps and say, "Does this change your mind?"
What's under your arm strap? Or you just,
What?
what are you loosening your arm strap for?
Like, because I have breasts? Because I'm a woman? I'm trying to use my body?
Is that what you're just gonna do? You're just gonna okay, roll for seduction, I guess.
13 plus 17.
Okay, he just drops his sword and is speechless, and he starts to reach towards you.
I tell him a different time. Now, where's Zoog?
He just stands there speechless, like he can't. He's not moving.
I know. myself.
As you start, are you going upstairs or are you staying on the main floor?
You know, I'm just going to call out for Zoog. Zoog!
Okay.
I'm underwater.
Okay, so the maid kind of comes up and says, "Can I help you?"
Where's Zoog?
I believe he's upstairs taking a bath at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to run Zoog.
You might, I could, as you're going up the stairs, which she motioned up to, she's going to be like, "I can keep you down here. I can get you some tea or whatever else." And as you keep going, she just kind of progressively gets quieter.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to burst into the bathroom where Zoog is.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, "Let me rub my arrows on you."
I don't want your arrows.
I need those arrows.
I'm not gonna let you just use me like that. 5 gold pieces.
I'm going to lower my strap on my shoulder.
It ain't gonna work on me, sister. I'm gay.
I'm female. Bring out the cell phone.
Oh my God.
So, can I please use your poison to poison my arrows?
And what with them? What do you plan on doing?
Well, if we get into a fight, I plan on using them against the enemy.
No.
That's if we get into a fight.
Look, this isn't the first time we've done this.
I know, but I wanted that to be the last time. That was uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's just,
I am
what we
saying
got
no.
going on here?
What does no mean?
I don't know. I'm a predator.
As soon as they hear predator, you hear the maid knocks on the door, or somebody knocks on the door. Like, is everything okay in there?
Get out of here!
You're just jealous you can't have me. And with that, I walk out.
Okay.
Jealous of what? You got nothing on you. You're flatter than the goddamn place. You ain't got nothing special about you, woman.
Let me roll a d20
Why am I?
to see how big the tits are. A 10? So, what would a 10 get? Or no, a 13. What would a 13 get me for how big my tits are?
Slightly above average.
So, see? I'm gonna flash Zoog.
Okay. Are you trying to, like, persuade him, or what are you trying to do?
I'm just threatening him with my boobs. Bring out my character sheet. I need to see if I resist this.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you need me to roll that for you too?
So, what am I rolling this under?
Intimidation.
I'm just doing it out of anger.
Oh,
I'm just
If
doing
you're
it.
actually rolling an intimidation check, you'd be rolling against your willpower. So he'd make a intimidation check, and you'd make a willpower check.
I'd be rolling for what?
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
You have to roll for me again.
You got a plus 2 for charisma.
Intimidation is actually a strength.
I got a 16 for
Intimidation. What's this?
What? Up to 20.
22.
Mother.
So Zug got 22?
Yep.
Yeah, he's unfazed, even though it's about as large as his head.
Nat 20 on top of it.
All right, I'm gonna walk out. I'm done.
Yeah, he just stares at you as if nothing just happened. He just continues to stare.
I'm done.
That was supposed to do something.
Okay.
Don't make me use the other stuff.
So as you walk,
I'm walking and kill myself. It's like a toaster in the bathtub.
as a
You're killing yourself.
area, as you walk out the door, you realize that that guard is still standing there, hasn't moved.
Did you hear the whole thing?
The guard, you don't know what he heard unless you actually try to ask, or Zug asks.
What are you looking at?
He doesn't say anything. He just his head slowly moves with you as you go out the door. But other than that, he doesn't say anything. Is that the end of your guys' turns?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
That would be Luna.
Okay.
Luna has been studying on all the runic magic available in the library and elsewhere.
I just said that as an excuse because you fucking ugly.
There is. If you
I
remember,
finished writing the book and have since made several copies.
Luna, make a roll. See what you remember during the fight.
19.
19. So the one time that you remember in the first battle, when the dwarf commander shot fire at you, you remember him writing into the air the rune of fire.
Makes sense.
You're not quite sure how it works 100% yet, but you do know that is how the dwarves cast magic.
Also, I have Alaria's quiver with me, and I just finished putting a rebound rune on it. So when his arrows are drawn from the quiver after they are fired, the normal arrows will return if undamaged.
Okay, that works for now. I'll have to double check on the rune because it sounds a little funky. Rebound sounds like it's going to boomerang back, which would be hilarious.
That's what my original thought on it, but it was something he asked me to do for him. So, DM's discretion, do that with it you will. If he gets shot in his own face by his own arrow, it is what it is.
It heals me. It doesn't matter.
You put the rune of rebound on there, Michael.
Right.
On the quiver. Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
So.
Okay, so you're just studying up. Again, there's nothing really much on runes other than the stuff that you're writing. There's a couple mentions of it in different histories, but other than that, not much.
I think I'm going to spend some of my time actually mastering some of the runes I know.
Okay.
Trying to figure out where it is. I had it pulled up, but of course I got 6,000 tabs open.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I don't know that you do.
So, are you going to the library, Luna, or are you staying in your own house to try and study all this, or are you just?
Well, I bring the library around with me, so
Yeah.
Yeah, true. True. Okay. Do you want to? Are you just about done? You want to jump to the next person while you're looking for that?
yeah, good.
Okay. Who's next?
Dylan, what are you doing?
Well, my name's Ontario.
Ontario, you currently you're in your house. You just woke up. The house that
At a
Pecan gave you.
house? Oh, dang.
You have
That's
a
pretty
guard
cool.
and a maid in there. Maid butler type.
That's cool.
Y'all were given two-story houses. So, what are you
Do I
gonna
have a forge?
You can you can go out in town to see if you could find somebody to make you a forge.
All right, then. I'll open a blacksmith.
Okay. Who would that be? Back in the day, there weren't like construction people. What would that? You just hire some peasants or something?
I mean,
I guess it'd be kind of the carpenter, but also like maybe a stoneworker.
Yeah.
A craftsman. I'm just gonna say a craftsman. Unless you guys got.
Why are you messing with my crystal ball?
looks really cool.
Okay, so yeah, you just Ontario. You go around, you look, you kind of ask around town a little bit, and they eventually lead you to a decent sized shop just carved right into the wall of the outskirts of town. And you go in and you see ultimately a man sitting there kind of carving a little sculpture with a hammer and chisel. What are you gonna say to him?
Hey, sir. How much would a forge be?
For you to use my forge?
No, to have one built.
Have one built. Well, let me. What part of town do you live in? So, Ontario, you would know that you live kind of on the richer side of town, kind of almost to the surface of the top of the wall, but not quite. You guys are on one level right below that. So you tell him that?
I tell him that.
Okay. Oh, how'd you manage to get a house up there? Those are quite pricey. But with that, he's going to say, look here. See what I could install a forge into your house for about 4,000 gold.
Do I have 4,000 gold? I don't think so.
I don't know how much you guys individually have. It's up to you to keep track of. I know some of your party members made some gold last time, if I remember correctly.
You just not taking track of it, so.
I'm currently sitting at 553 gold.
I got 551 myself.
You guys can all add, I'm going to say 200 gold onto your piles, by the way. Just Osborne kind of paid you for help defending the city.
Gee, lowball on Osborne.
You guys, he gave you a 2-story house in the best part of town.
I live in a cat in a cave next to a trash can.
And this is the nicest house you've ever had in your life, then?
Not
yes.
by far.
Are you going to try to negotiate with him?
I live in a van down by the river.
I can try.
Okay, what are you gonna say and then roll for it?
Perhaps I can help you around here. Help work off that.
What can you do?
Oh, I'm an artificer.
Artificer, are you? I don't work much with magic, but perhaps.
I can make weapons.
How about this? Do you plan on opening up a shop at all? Do you plan on doing some of your own work, or is it just a personal forge?
Well, possibly both. I mean, I can help. Yeah.
If you can find a good blacksmith that you are able to hire, somebody to help you around the shop while you're out adventuring, I might be able to give you a loan of sorts for a certain percentage of your business profits, at least.
Yes. That could work.
So the two things I would need is you need to find a capable smith that you can bring in here. He needs to show me that he can actually be a smith, or an enchanter even. I'd be willing to work with an enchanter. And you need to have some sort of collateral, because I am ultimately giving you 4,000 gold worth of work. If you can come back to my shop with those two things.
Well, could I possibly give you one of my magical armors?
What kind of magical armor do you got? Your armor looks pretty ordinary to me. Like I said, don't know much about magic myself, but...
Well, can I take off one piece of armor and show him?
So, just so you know, your character would know this. Once the armor goes past a certain range, it just falls dead on no longer magical. If you want to continue,
Yeah, because last campaign got fucking let on the boat. Scamming.
The worst that happens is in that one.
so are you still taking off a set of your armor and showing me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take it off.
Yes, I'm gonna make the armor dance.
Okay. So it takes it off. Roll a check to see how for most likely persuasion.
I got 16.
You got a 16?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, it's
Quite impressive. Quite impressive, if I do say so myself. Are you able to copy it? Copy the effect, I mean? I'm sure something like that. I could sell something like that for a pretty penny.
Can I?
Or, if you're willing to leave your armor here, I can use that as collateral until you finish paying off your loan.
Possibly. Yeah.
First things first, try to find somebody that is a decent smith, because I can't give you this loan without a smith that can operate it while you're gone. So think about your collateral while you're out looking for somebody, and get back to me.
I can do that.
Okay. Is that the end of yours, Dylan, or Interior, or are you gonna look for somebody quick?
I'll go look for someone.
Okay, make a roll. What are you doing? How are you looking for somebody? Are you putting it up on like a posting board, or are you just going into the middle of the market saying blacksmith needed, pretty much?
I'll go around looking for one. Asking around.
Okay. What was your roll?
I got 4. Can't re-roll it.
For the first, so you look for about 8 hours, and you're not able to find a single whiff of a blacksmith. You can roll again for another 8 hours, but yeah, you can't find anyone. You heard a little rumor, but that's about it.
This time I got 15.
15. So it's getting close to the evening at this point, but you finally hear, you ask around at one of the local bars, and the barkeeper actually looks at you and says, actually, He points back into the back of the inn. That man right there proclaims that he was a blacksmith before he came to Peak Town.
All right. Thank you. I go over to that guy and I ask him if he's willing to be a blacksmith for me.
Okay, so this man is a halfling. He's probably about halflings grow up to 2 to 3 feet, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so he's about 2'8". You walk up to him. Okay. He's still about 2'8". You walk up to him and you look down. You're actually looking down at him. He's sitting on his chair. There's a couple books underneath him, and he has his feet up on the table, and he's drinking out of what looks like almost like a small teacup, but it's like a full-size cup in both of his hands.
Fun.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
You there? Are you interested in being a blacksmith?
And he just kind of looks at you, kind of quizzically, and kind of turns his head and says, "I already am a blacksmith. Done it up for at least a good 15 years already."
I mean, what I mean is, would you be willing to work in a forge that I own while I'm out adventuring?
Depends. I don't mind working for a famous person, but what's your name?
Antario. I helped save the city.
Roll a convince or tell me what you get. It's pretty much
I got 12.
12. You done anything else? I mean, it's pretty impressive, but there's a lot of other people fighting to save the city as well.
Well, I made these armors that turn into like domes when I take them off. And I reference to all the armor I'm wearing.
Okay. So you're wearing about 4 pairs of armor, if I'm not mistaken. So you just take one off and show it to him?
Yep.
So as soon as you take off one of your armors, his eyes widen a little bit and says, "Can't say I've ever seen something like that. My metal has never moved like that. What's your secret?"
Rune magic, I believe. If I'm not. It's rune magic.
It's not rune magic. You could roll a bluff for that.
Wait, is it not rune magic?
No.
Wait.
You have magic that you enchant the armor with, ultimately.
Oh, I enchanted it then.
Right, Luna, is there a better way you explain that? Or anyone?
No, that's a good excuse.
I enchanted it.
Okay.
Myself.
He looks at you and says, "If you're able to teach me that, I'll come and work for you. I'm always looking to increase my smithing skill. But on top of that, what are you going to pay me? Because I got to eat too."
Yes. I can give you a cut at what the forge makes.
45%.
45.
It's only going to be there when you're out.
Yeah. I told him. Oh.
That don't make sense.
What do you get? What's your counter offer? Roll a dice with it.
Got me. Yeah. 18 for say 20. About 30. I got 18.
Yeah, I'll take 30%.
All right. I'll have you know that I'll have you work in this forge whenever I'm not in town.
I'd expect to be working there when you are in town. When two of us are there, I'd imagine get twice as much done, if not 3 times if you are as good as a smith as you say you are.
Yes.
I can definitely do 2 times myself. And with that, he hops down out of his chair and is now no longer around. What are you, 3 foot?
I
10?
thought I'm like 4'8", I think.
Yeah, this dude's like half your height. But he just kind of motions to you where we're going. Lead the way.
I take him to shoot. Before we go, I have to go to the carpenter.
Okay.
So
The guy that tried to offer you the loan.
yeah, I'm gonna go to the carpenter guy.
Okay. So you go back, and he just sitting there working on the same sculpture that he was working on previously. A lot farther along, but same sculpture nonetheless. He just looks up and says, "You're back so soon, are you?"
Yes. I found a blacksmith.
And are you gonna ask this dude's name, or are you just gonna call him Blackie for blacksmith or something? That's a horrible abbreviation, but close enough. Are you gonna ask or no?
Yeah.
Probably should call him that.
No. So his name is Varys.
Varys.
So he just looks at the small halfling in front of you and says, "So can you actually wield a hammer?" And Varys looks at him straight, kind of walks up, pulls himself up onto the bar that this dude's crafting on, looks him straight in the eyes and says, "Of course I can hold a hammer. What do you think I am?" And the shopkeeper just kind of looks at him puzzled and kind of raises his hand a little bit. "Hey, I'm not trying to throw any accusations. You're not what I envision when I think of a blacksmith." And Varys pulls out a hammer of his own that you have no idea where this hammer came from. You haven't seen it on him before. But he pulls out a slightly large hammer than what you'd expect him to be able to wield, and says, "This hammer is enchanted with extra weight to help me accomplish what I need to." It's like, shopkeeper just says, okay. And he looks back at you, Interial. And
Yep.
So what's your collateral then?
This halfling.
Oh,
The living armor, then.
yeah, the living armor. One set. I should be able to replicate that. And
You give me the armor that you're wearing now, then, and you can replicate it for yourself.
yes,
I need something here. Okay, so you're giving him all of your armors or just one?
just one.
Okay, so once you leave a certain distance, that is no longer going to be magical. Just so you know.
Hmm.
And if he finds out that that's not magical at some point, might not go over well.
Well, that's why. All right. Thinking, should I tell him? All right.
So what are you going to do? What's it going to be?
This one magic armor.
Okay. I'll take that as collateral. If you don't pay, I'm going to take... Let's see what he wants to take for percentage. I get 25% of all profit that you get from your store for the next 10 years. Do we have a deal?
That means I get 45% of this. Yeah. Works for me.
Instead of everyone there.
Yeah.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Who's this guy again?
This is just a local carpenter, craftsman, stoneworker.
Are there other ones in the area, or is he the only one?
If you guys asked around, there would be more.
Does this guy have a family?
God.
You guys haven't asked, so you don't know, unless you guys actually go there and try to scope it out.
No.
You're just kidding.
I don't know if he has a pet.
Like that.
You can't
I'm
try
just
to.
saying, most people see me as a little monster anyway.
Yeah, so
I'm going to need to meet up with you at some point.
You can
I'm a
try to
fighter.
negotiate the terms if you want. This is the dude's first offer. This is the dude's offer.
Yeah, but I have to, touch it. And
then
I have to find out
What was his first offer? 25%.
25% for 10 years. And then after that, he's going to try to keep 10% of your business. It's like an initial investment. After.
How about 15%? Uh-huh.
Roll for it. Tell me how good.
I got a 14
plus whatever. Yeah.
plus. Hold on.
It's straight. He doesn't have any bonus to charisma.
Yeah, it's a 14.
20% after 10 years for 10 years, and then after that I still keep 10%.
Yep.
And he reaches out his hand. Deal?
Sounds right. Yep. I shake his hand.
Okay. So your hand, he's a human, so yeah, never mind. Okay, he shakes your hand, gives you a little nod, and says,
What, does he have an extra finger too? Or is that what do you mean? What was his hand?
I was thinking your hands were going to be bigger than his, but you're a dwarf. I
Oh,
forgot.
maybe they.
No, they're about the same size.
Can I roll to see if they are?
Hey, maybe he just has abnormally large hands.
Yeah, you can roll for it. I mean,
I got 18.
your hands are oddly strong, larger than his, even though his man, for a human, his hands are solid. It looks like he's been working with his hands for his entire life, but your hands are still somehow bigger than his, even though he stands about 2 feet taller than you.
Dwarves, am I right?
Gosh. I got big hands.
So with that, he says, I should have the forge done within about 2 weeks.
All right then.
And he'll discuss all that with you later. Anything else you want to do?
No, he's done.
I believe I'm done.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
40 minutes in, you finally get a chance to find the bugbear.
Yeah, I'll go do that first. I'm going to go find Luna.
Dylan or Ontario, write down, or everyone, make sure you write down what you're getting or what's going on.
Should I go find Luna?
Yeah, you find it. You know her. You know where she lives. Are you just going to her house, or are you looking?
I'm going to go and try and find Luna herself.
Okay. You can roll. Luna, are you out on the town yet?
No, I'm still in my private study.
Okay. Yeah. So are you gonna knock, or are you just gonna walk right in?
I'm going to knock.
Okay. So after, are you just doing a couple knocks? Are you doing like a longer knock?
I'll do a couple knocks.
Okay, couple knocks, and as soon as you finish your last knock, the door opens and there's an armored figure standing there. It says, "What is your business?"
I'm here to see Luna.
Luna? He looks at you for a second and says, "What's your name?" I don't believe Luna was expecting.
I am Leobald.
Okay. If you wait here for a second, I will go check with Luna to make sure it is all right.
So after he's gone for a second, I'm gonna step in.
Oh yeah, he'll invite you in, and I should have done that. He invites you in and invites you to stay in the entry hall, and with that, he leaves you alone and goes off to check with Luna. Luna, as you're sitting there in your study, you hear a knock at the entryway of the study.
Yes, what is it, Gaston? I told you I wasn't to be disturbed. I'm doing very delicate research.
There is a Leobard here to see you.
Oh, yeah, go. Send him in.
As
Go have the servant fetch tea or something.
you're a woman, aren't you? Yes, ma'am.
Last I checked. I know I look at this grotesque bugbear form, but I am a
He doesn't say
lizard
that.
underneath.
He does not say that. He just says yes, ma'am, nods his head, and goes off back to Leobard. She's in the study right this way, and he leads you there. And then, as soon as you walk into the entry or the study, he goes and gets the Luna's maid to get tea.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Luna.
Careful where you step, Leopard. There's delicate runes everywhere, all over the room.
I'll carefully walk over to Luna.
Wait, hold on. Was that the death rune or the fortress rune?
Luna, are you actually trying to fool him, or are you just? Does he need to roll for it? Is it that bad, or is it?
No. I'm just messing with him.
No, you should definitely have to roll for it. Make him roll
So-
if he thinks it is.
So Leobard, you just see these just in all different colors. You see just writing all over the floor. You don't know what is what. You just see a bunch of writing on the floor.
What was the guard doing?
I probably know. I know.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and carefully not touch anything as I'm moving over to Luna.
Okay, roll for it. Roll your acrobatics check.
25.
25. So yeah, you make it through really easily. Luna's just laughing at you as you're going through. You're like,
Oh, silly. That was
Yeah.
very rude.
you make it through really well. Like you could even jump on a piece of furniture and backflip over something if you wish.
Since I'm by Luna, I'm gonna tap her on the back
Okay.
and cast Remove Curse.
So, right as you cast that, Luna, you're flipping pages with your bare hands, and slowly but surely you just realize you don't necessarily feel any different, but all of a sudden you see a human hand flipping pages. And Leobard, just before your eyes, the fur just disappears and dissipates, and it almost falls into the floor and then just disappears. And
I'm
standing,
gonna quickly cover my eyes just in case.
sitting before you is a naked woman reading a book.
Oh, hello, girl. Been a long time.
I'm gonna turn around and running. You like running?
Right at that moment, your maid walks in, Luna. Am I interrupting something? She kind of shields her eyes, holding the plate in the other hand.
I think you should fetch me my evening robes. For the first time in a long time, I need them.
I should have thought of this beforehand.
At once, ma'am. And she kind of sets the tea down on a table and runs off. And within the minute, she comes back with them.
Excellent. The curse is broken. Now the only time I turn into a bugbear is when I rage.
Is this a good or bad thing?
Well, now I do a charisma bonus. I am Lehat again.
Are you a human? Luna?
Yes, I was considered a human, although I was more of a half-breed.
The tea that you're made, I'll let you guys name your own servants. If you want to, I can give you names if you need to. But your maid brings in tea, and it's actually quite delectable. Leobard, she offers you one.
I'll have a cup of tea and then I'm gonna head into the market.
Okay. And Leobard, just so you know, the maid is just kind of walking over the runes and such on the floor like nothing's going on.
Oh, I suppose that deserves an explanation of some sort. But yeah, I didn't channel any magic into them, so they're not active. I was just trying to figure out how to make a portal work.
Okay then.
I'm about 3 steps away, give or take. I just have to figure out how to activate it and get us to go through it without killing you.
Me specifically or the entire party?
It requires a blood sacrifice of a substantial amount.
I might be able to help you a bit one of these times.
We do have a few doors we can get rid of. Doors.
Oh, doors.
I do keep a pack.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Leobard, were you want to do something else?
Yeah, I was going to go to the market to buy a hand crossbow and some ammo.
And a hand crossbow, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, are you looking to deal with any particular race?
No.
Okay. So you just walk up to, I'm going to roll a 1d4 to see what you get. A elf. Just a stand, unless you're actually going into an actual shop. It's just one of the stands out.
I'll just go to the stand.
Okay. So what are you going to say when you walk up?
Hello, fellow elf.
Ah, it's a pleasure. What can I do for you?
I would like to buy your finest hand crossbow.
And he kind of looks around for a second and says, well, I can do this one. And he pulls it out, and this one is solid iron. This is probably the best one I have. I could sell it to you for, let me look. Let's see what that's,
How much?
I'm looking. For 125 gold, I can sell you this one. If you throw in 140, I can give you, well, let me check the crossbows. For an extra 5 gold, I can give you 100 silver or iron bolts.
Sure.
So 130 total.
Okay.
Okay, so he hands it to you. This is a hand crossbow. It's a +2 as well. Other than that, it's just it's the same as a normal hand crossbow would be.
Okay. And then how many bolts was it?
He gave you 100 bolts. And they're iron, and they're also +1. The bolts individually are +1. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
There's nothing else I want to do.
Okay. And with that, are you guys all going back to your homes and sleeping for the night? Are you doing anything else? As you each go back to your homes, there is a courier sitting at your doors, or if you're already home, he knocked. And if you weren't home, he left a note with one of your servants, and it pretty much is a paper that reads, "We are having a war commencement meeting," and this is from Osborne, "War commencement meeting in the castle tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Why is there never a party in my honor befitting my station? Is it too much to ask? The savior of the city.
It also says in P at the bottom of the letter that there will be a party held tomorrow evening in honor of Vic.
DM, I just want to say, I hope you know Leobard had to manually input all 100 bolts into his character sheet one by one.
No, I got to do them in sets of 10.
Okay,
That's, it's hilarious though. I'm not gonna lie.
And what app are you using?
D&D Beyond.
Hey, D&D Beyond. Why not make that easier?
See, if he hadn't said there were +1 crossbow bolts, I could have just gotten 5 things to 20. But apparently that doesn't work for +1 bullets.
Interesting. Okay, so other than that, there's nothing else special on the note. And with that, if you guys want to do anything else this evening, you can. If not, we'll just jump to
I have to do some clothes shopping apparently, because I was just running around in a silver cloak in Little House.
Yeah, so you can also spend, if you want to go clothes shopping individually, you can. If not,
I'm gonna use my rune enchantments to make sure that the clothes fit whether I rage or not. I don't want to go Bruce Banner on the world, you know. Have my girls hanging out afterwards.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Also, apparently, I need to find a formal dress at short notice.
Well,
And of course, I'm going to charge all the Osborne's accounts.
You do not have Osborne's account, but I'm sure you can send your receipt to him or something.
Could just say put it on Osborne's tab.
You don't have a seal or anything that says that you're working with Osborne, unless you ask for that specifically next time you meet.
Right.
Michael.
So I just put a rune enchantment of return on all the clothes I want, and I just casually walk out after trying them on. Later that evening, they just all magically end up in my wardrobe somehow.
Are you not paying for them?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'll buy my evening dress, my evening wear for the party, and 3 sets of adventuring clothes.
I can't do that. You can't.
I don't think clothes are that expensive. I don't know why I closed it.
It's not like I'm looking to enchant into high heaven anyways. Or
No,
Olympus, I suppose.
let me see if I can find a pair of clothes. Fine clothes. So fine clothes, just travelers is like a common is 5 silver pieces, travelers is 2 gold pieces, and fine is 15 gold pieces.
So 3 sets of fine,
Okay, so 45.
45 gold sounds right.
You can try swingling that down if you want. If not, you can just pay it and go.
How could I interest you in an enchantment that could mend all the clothing so you never have to worry about them wearing out?
Can you want to roll for it? Persuasion?
Yeah, but I don't like that one. Apparently I got a 4.
So they just
Why?
they look at you kind of deadpan and says, if they don't wear out, people won't come. If they don't wear out, people won't come back.
No, I meant for you specifically, not for you to float yourself. Could be handy. You like having that certain color even after washing? I call it the tide spell. Literally the tide rune.
So people can't just use rune magic though without having actual magic though.
No,
They
but
can't.
if they got a specific article of clothing, I can enchant it.
So you're offering your services.
Yes, in exchange for the for the 45 gold worth of clothing.
I'll take 35 off that. I still get 10 gold and then just use your services when we can.
I could also spread your name around town. I am going to a high-end party tonight. And if anybody asks me where I found the delightful clothing that I'll be wearing there, I'll be sure to send them your way.
Roll another persuasion check.
They got a 6. So they don't have any charisma. Because I wrote it up there.
If you can get some of your friends, I'm sure you have other people going to this party. If you can get all of your friends to wear some of my clothes and sponsor my brands, I could give you these clothes. The rest of your party is just going to rent them, but then they have to return them afterwards. But
I don't want to.
I can rent the clothes that you're getting, or I can give you the clothes that you're getting.
So I'll pay the 30 gold.
Okay.
35 gold, whatever it was.
Yeah, just 30. Okay, that works. Thank you for your business. Unless you're looking for other stuff.
Do you have an anti-magic orb?
Are you asking the clothes person? Because this is just a tailor. They do not have any.
No, I need an anti-magic orb somewhere in town.
An anti-magic orb.
Orb of anti-magic.
Is that a magical item, or is that an actual?
It is a very magical item. Some might even say wondrous.
Let me look it up.
Or legendary.
Maybe have a wondrous item that I haven't used. So.
Orb of anti-magic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll a d20 to see if you can find anyone that actually has it. Okay, so the only one that would even have something like this would be your old friend August. Not August. Ost, I think his name was.
He must be a real old friend. I don't think he's even going to recognize me.
No, he's not going to recognize you. He's your wizard merchant. Okay, so you just go into a shop. Are you going to introduce yourself, or are you just going to walk in asking for something specific?
I suppose I'll introduce myself.
Okay. He says, he just kind of looks at you curiously, and then once you explain who you are and such, it's like, Luna, I don't think I've ever seen this side of you, honestly. You look nice.
Nice. Thank you. Yes. So this is what I looked like before I went to that dark portal.
Well, glad to see you back. The way you were meant to be. Now, what can I do for you?
I seek an orb of anti-magic for the war effort.
Unfortunately, I don't have the actual orb of anti-magic, but I do have scrolls of anti-magic fields.
I specifically need the orb to use conjunction with the portal.
The orb to use in conjunction with the portal. Why, if I may, if you don't mind me asking? Does it have to do with rune magic?
Indeed it does. And then I take out a tome from my bag of holding. That's about 50 pounds. So this is all the research I've done in the last week on how to use runes to do portals and stuff like that, teleporting and blinking and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, to start blasting stuff, the focal point of it is I need a orb, something that I can put in a set piece in order to cause a field of anti-magic that would stop the portal itself from ripping us asunder going through it. I mean, otherwise it requires a large blood sacrifice.
Yeah, that's not necessarily ethical, as Osborne calls it. I have no trouble with it myself, but...
Well, I wouldn't either, but it would take half the town people with it, so...
I managed to... I know you saw the teleportation that I managed to create a couple... 1 point to 1 point, but it was only a few hundred... or it was only a short distance, and it was only temporary, unfortunately.
We're going to the capital of the Dwarves.
That is quite interesting. How do you manage to open up the other side of the portal?
That's why we need the orb. To nullify whatever protections they got. It's like calling a phone where the other person doesn't want to answer.
Well, Luna, unfortunately, I do not have an orb of anti-magic, but I'm sure I can lead you in the right direction if you're actually looking for one.
That would be quite beneficial.
Okay, so he's gonna pull up the map, and I'll send you guys a picture in chat if you want, if I can find my. Well, there, I'll just do this. Nope. Okay. Can you guys see my poorly drawn map? Or is it? Let me turn on the light here. Can you guys see that or no?
Open up.
Not at all.
Setting. Not to self. So you guys are at Shatterpoint. Hey.
I'll read it. Take a picture of it or something.
Yeah, I don't have my phone with me. I don't know where it is. So we'll do this. So you guys are at the wall, and I'll send you guys a picture of this a little bit later, if that's okay. And the Undred Tide is the swampy area up towards the north by the desert. He tells you to go towards that direction. There's a small village there, and he's gonna hand you a map and show you exactly where it is on the map. In this town, there is a shaman that will be able to lead you in that direction, the direction of the orb. It has been a relic and a relic of that village for generations. I'm not going to ask how you're going to get it from them or how you're going to procure it, but I do know that orb of anti-magic is there with them.
Well, I'll figure it out when I get there.
I once visited down there, and I actually saw it. They showed it to me while I was down there.
Oh, there's nothing magical about these. And I hold up my hands.
You just hold up your hands?
Right. Usually this is more intimidating because I'm a bugbear.
That is true. You were more intimidating back then. Unfortunately, you may have lost a little bit of your luster.
Well, if I rage, I can do it, but I don't want to have the constables called on me again.
Understandable. I mean, if there's anything else I can do, let me know. But Unfortunately, that's all the information I have on that orb that you're looking for.
Well, thank you for your time, Lost.
No problem at all. Anytime.
You wouldn't happen to be wanting to go to a party tonight, would you?
I can't remember the last time I've been to a party, honestly.
Well, our invitations all say +1.
Are you inviting me, Luna?
I am indeed. You're the closest thing I have to a friend and colleague outside of my party.
I'd be happy to come. I'm gonna have to pull out my nice robes.
You have nice robes?
Well, I don't always dress like this. Sometimes I do look nice. And you actually look at his orbs, his robe, and he's just wearing a blue standard robe. It's actually pretty pristine as far as you can tell. Nothing too crazy about it. He's just got not wearing a hat or anything.
Well, I look forward to seeing you. And I show him the invitation I received so he knows where and when and all that.
Okay. Look forward to it. I'll see you then, Luna.
Indeed.
Okay.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
for my +1, can I bring my bird?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
I don't really know anybody else in the in Deep Town, so
I mean, I was going to ask Leopard, but I didn't want to make it an awkward thing.
Do any of the rest of you want to find a +1, or are you just going by yourselves?
Can I just go to the local lake and find a frog?
Did you say you want to go to a lake and find a frog?
Yeah, any frog will do.
So they do not have a lake. You can go down to the well, and yes, you can just roll a d20 to see what kind of frog.
I got a 12 plus whatever.
So yeah, you just find typical like a frog you'd find around a pond, ultimately, or a lake. He's about an inch long. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. You can't talk to animals, can you?
I mean, I am a frog. Ribbit.
I don't think you're technically a frog. You're frog-like.
I speak frog. See, even the kid agrees.
You can speak, read, and write drawing, which is
hey, something that can actually read drunk.
I mean, you think you hear this frog speaking to you, and you can speak back to it if you want.
No, I was thinking of it more being like I just find a fucking frog and just take it with me. But I mean, it does make sense that it depends on the little thing. So please don't take this out of context or anything.
just
randomly
picks up
Please remember, I said you. Please, in context, is you think you hear the frog talking to you, and you can talk back to it.
Yeah.
So, anyone else want to bring a +1?
That's so much.
Bring it anyone.
My date asked someone else.
Unfortunate.
Well,
That's life, though. Antirial, do you want to bring your halfling with you?
Godmother.
Yeah, you're going to bring your halfling with you?
To the party that we're all going.
oh my God.
I'll bring my wildcat.
Oh, did you guys skip the meeting in the morning?
I did not.
There's a meeting in the morning?
No. Sorry. This is still the evening. Sorry, I apologize. For some reason, I was thinking it was already the next day.
Not doing your jobs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if there's nothing else, do you guys want to do anything else? If not, we'll just jump to the morning meeting.
Yeah.
I would just like to stay and read my books.
Okay, that works. And with that, you guys go to bed in your houses. Each of your maids or butlers, whatever you choose to have in your house, makes a great meal in the evening and great meal in the morning before you head off to your meeting. And with that, you guys all head up to the castle, and you go up to the familiar area that you know. Once you enter the castle, the servants lead you towards the war room. Once you're up in the war room, you see Osborne and about half a dozen other elderly looking, not elderly, but war weathered men.
This is the only opportunity I'm ever going to have to do this during this campaign. Your queen has arrived. Nobody there knows who I am.
No.
Osborne, my loyal subject. How are you?
He just kind of looks at you. His eyebrows are squunched together in curiosity, and he just kind of looks around at the group behind you and just waits for somebody else to say anything. If not, he greets you nonetheless and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. I'm not sure we have made acquaintance."
My name is Razu Luna Estar.
Luna sounds familiar. I think I've known a bugbear by that name.
Well, that's what normally I look like, but I got that curse removed. So now I only look like myself when I am raging.
Well, it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to finally truly meet the face with the name. And with that, he kind of extends his hand, and he stands about a head tall. How tall are you? Are you about 5?
Oh, I'm still about the same height I was earlier.
8 feet?
Yeah, I'm tall.
8 feet. God damn, that's a tall ass woman.
Damn.
Hey, more for you in bed.
I don't feel like that's natural, Michael. What?
Probably closer to 6 foot then.
Okay. He still stands about 5 inches taller than you, though. Other than that, I think you're still the tallest in the party, unless maybe Leobard. But anyways.
I know I still weigh more.
He greets you and he says, "Well, it's a pleasure." And he actually pulls the chair back.
Thank you. It's nice to finally meet a gentleman in these parts.
It was a pleasure. And with that, he pushes it back in and goes and sits at the head of the table. Are the rest of you guys going to sit down, or are you just...
Sure.
Okay.
Leobard, my friend, please join me.
I'm not gonna get stabbed, am I?
Do I look like a woman who carries knives?
Yes!
Well, it's either sit next to me or sit next to the halfling and the dwarf, so...
Yeah, sit next to you then.
Yeah.
What do you have against me?
At least I can reach the gravy without having to jump up on the chair and grabbing it.
So just so you guys know, at this point, there is no food at this table. It's the war commencement meeting, or the post-war meeting, I guess.
Oh, I was completely joking.
Okay, the party is tonight. And with that, once you guys are all seated, Osborne just kind of looks around the table and says, "Well, congratulations are in order, I think, to the party here, as well as every brave soul that fought in the defense of Peak Town. We managed to win a lopsided battle, honestly. We were outnumbered pretty well, but you guys all did well. Our heroes here did everything they needed to secure the victory. But with that, our recent scouts for the last day have not been able to find a single sighting or evidence of any dwarfs in the area. I'm on edge. We're sending couriers to each of the major towns in the wall. We have not heard back, obviously, because it's a few days' travel from each city. I am calling this meeting to ask if any of you have any suggestions or thoughts on the matter.
I have begun deep research into the technologies and runes that I believe we will require in order to storm the capital of the dwarves.
You want to storm the capital of the dwarves?
It's the only way to truly cut the head off the beast and strike at their heart.
This place.
Isn't there over like 20 or 30 dwarves?
No, but if they take out their leader, the rest of the command structure should crumble.
He's gonna take a look at Antiriel's character and says, "You're a dwarf. Are you familiar with their ways and their government?"
I'd assume so.
You are familiar with the way the dwarves work in your land. You're not 100% sure if it works the same. You've heard a couple of the same god names, and they speak the same language.
Is it a dialect or just the same language?
It's the same language. It sounds like they have a different accent to you, but other than that, it's the same language.
Mm.
Do you want to go over kind of what your dwarven people are like?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you stating that this is your dwarven people and you're not 100% sure? Or are you just stating it like a fact?
I tell them that there's a few differences between my people and theirs,
Okay.
but I do not know the differences.
Okay. So ultimately, Antiriel goes into there is a king. There is a king of each city where he's from, but there is ultimately, for lack of a better term, a high king that rules over all of them.
A high king. Yep.
That is essentially the government of.
They're gonna hold a moot for the next high king too.
And if we can show them that we can strike their heart and their head, maybe they'll realize that we're not the ones to mess with.
How do we know that's going to stop them? Aren't they trying to summon?
We don't. But that doesn't mean we can't keep striking until they have nobody left.
True. But what is there?
I don't know if I like genocide.
Why does attacking the surface cities? What does that have to do with summoning their god?
So it's because of Wendy's.
What?
We must have something they need.
Wendy's nuts.
Any suggestions what that might be? He looks around the table. Most of the other generals are pretty quiet during this.
Joe, do you praise the law? Hold on. Wow.
Well, I for one don't know what they would need.
Maybe they need a life.
A life? Are you saying this like as a joke, or are you just saying?
Blood sacrifices, perhaps.
I'm saying it both as a joke and probably they might need a life. Might need to give a life to
Take it.
Huh.
Sacrifice to their blood god.
So what's their reason for ceasing their fights? You think they got enough sacrifices then, if that's the case? If that, hypothetically?
I think we struck a big enough blow to them that they realize they're going to need more than what they have.
or they're not willing to sacrifice their own people.
The way they attacked here, I don't think that's the case. They threw a lot more bodies at us without actual true preparation. There's other ways that they could have attacked, but they chose a head-on attack. And that type of attack is going to offer quite a few casualties on both sides, the attackers included.
I got nothing else then.
I think for that, it might be best to wait and hear back from each city-state here above on the upper part of the wall to hear back from each of them. If they're all okay, I think we're back at the drawing board. But if we don't hear back from one of the towns, I think we might have gotten our answer. So we will reconvene within a week. By that time, each courier we sent out should return. Does anyone else have anything else to say before we end this meeting?
I have been working on an additional project, lodestone, that would actually place shrines between each of our major cities. It'd act like a mass teleportation. Last effort to evacuate a place that's going to fall.
What do we need to accomplish this?
I'm working on the rune array for the prototype. We're going to need a stone mason, someone who can work in marble and obsidian.
Okay.
And a silversmith.
I'll get you a crew of 6 people together, and I'll send them to your dwelling. They will do whatever you need them to help you accomplish this project.
They will have to travel with me to each of the cities to set up an additional lodestone there.
Okay. We will discuss this further outside of the meeting. With that, is there anything else that anyone else needs or has to address? With that,
Yes, I do need your personal steel for some purchases necessary for the war effort. And we will require an armed escort to the city by the swamp.
The city by the swamp. An armed escort. Yes, I think we should be able to get at least a few men rounded up. Send them with you. What is the purpose of going there, if I may?
They have an artifact of great usefulness to our war effort. And something vital, a component that's vital for the portal that will take us to the storm keep of the dwarfs.
Okay.
Even if we choose not to use it in war, we could use it as a diplomatic olive branch.
Now, he looks around the table for a second and says, do you think diplomacy is a option here?
Well,
from what I'm seeing, I don't believe so.
When we kill their god, they're not going to have anybody else to worship.
He just gives a small nod and says, true. Very true.
Then they'll be lost, and they'll be needing guidance. And that's when we can offer them an olive branch. Peace or death.
Okay. We could do that. And with that, we'll reconvene within a week's time. I hope to see all of you there. And he looks at all of his generals and says, I expect to see all of you there. And with that, this meeting is convened. And with that, he stands up and goes to walk out. Are you guys going to sit for a second? Or are you just...
I'm getting up and I'm leaving.
Okay.
I better head back to my house.
Okay.
I have research to finish and a lodestone to prepare.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything before the party tonight?
I'm gonna design stuff onto my crossbow.
Onto your what?
Crossbow. I'm gonna paint it black and then put flower designs on it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that works. So Luna, are you going to discuss with the rest of the party that you want to go to the swamp town ultimately?
Yeah.
Or are you planning on doing that by yourself?
I'll leave it up to them.
Okay. So Luna mentions that to you guys as you're walking out. Do any of you guys have any?
Yeah, all right, I'm down. Let's go to a swamp town.
So you guys can choose to ask your staff, and your staff will address that it is about a week's travel one way.
Oh, but we gotta be back in.
Do they have to be back in a week?
Yeah, there's a meeting in a week.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm sure if you talk to Osborne, he might be able to sort something out. Or Osk is a decently powerful wizard. You might be able to get something sorted out there. Maybe you can be a part of the meeting without actually being present.
Teleportation magic hasn't been really explored here, has it?
We were talking.
No, Osk was able to accomplish short-range teleportation for a limited amount of time, but as you discussed, if you just choose to discuss it with him later, you'll find out that it nearly killed every mage that he was having help him.
Indeed. Very well. Then I shall get ready for the party.
Okay. So everyone gets ready for the party. You all show up and you go to the castle's ballroom, and it is ginormous. There's bunch of people coming in. There are guards at the door letting people in and turning away few. Not too many, but everyone is very nicely dressed. Are you guys all dressing up for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little frog in a little fucking tuxedo or something.
I brought my own tuxedo.
Okay. Does your bird have anything? Does he have a little suit?
Yeah.
Okay. Luna, Osk shows up in the same exact robes that he was wearing before. At least it appears to be. But he has a blue wizard's hat on it.
Looking sharp there, Ross.
Yes, I've got my best robes out for this. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, it's mighty fun. And I go up to him and I start pampering him a little bit. And start getting rid of some of the creases on his robes and making sure his collar's up and it's sharp. He's sharp looking. Adjusting his hat a little bit to the left.
Okay.
So it tilts a bit. There. You look like 1,000,000 gold pieces.
His if you choose to look at his face is slightly redder than it was previously.
And I take a silver flower I was holding, and I put it right in his pocket, right so it's facing out.
Thank you, Luna. It was a great touch. Something I never would have thought of myself.
Yes, it's the sacred flower of my patron goddess.
He just kind of opens his mouth for a second and closes it. And just says, "Thank you." And with that, Antiriel, your little halfling, is dressed up fairly nicely. His hair is slicked back, and he is in a tiny little suit himself. He shows up with you because he is now staying at your house, unless you provide him living other places. And with that, do you all go in?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm in my usual armor because I never take it off.
Okay, you're just going to this party in armor. So
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys walk in and everyone is in very nice apparel, suits, shirts, all sorts of different colors. The women are all in nice ball gowns.
Yes.
Um,
Luxurious party with 4 pieces of armor on.
There's a section of there are tables all around, and in the center of all the tables there is ultimately a dance floor. There is a waiter there to greet you and says, "How many are we seating?" You guys can. Are you guys all sitting together?
I'm gonna sit close to Leotard and Osborne with my date next on one side and Allegra on the other.
Do you mention Osborne's name then?
Yeah, I mentioned Osborne. I mentioned Os. I mentioned Leah.
Well, yeah. Once you say Osborne, he just like, oh, right this way. Mr. Osborne was waiting for you actually. And with that, he ushers you through all the tables, and you kind of go all the way up to the front of the ballroom, and there is a long white table, and Osborne's sitting in the middle, and he kind of chooses. You guys can choose to sit on either right or left side of him. There's chairs going all the way down, looking out at the rest of the tables and the dance floor, though.
Right side, I suppose.
Okay.
I'd like to have his ear so I can discuss things.
So you're sitting right next to him then, huh?
Yes.
So I'm sure it's actually somewhere, but is it like an official thing for, I don't know how many famous gatherings you guys have went to, but like the woman to sit on the right or left side of the man? Do you guys know? Ken, do you know? Is it like a certain thing where the wife sits on one side or the other at like a famous or a big gathering?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
I think it really depends on the people.
Okay.
How they want to see it.
I'm gonna say there is a beautiful woman, long blonde hair, tall and regal, sitting next to Osborne to his right.
Better sit down next to her then.
Okay. You can sit to the left of him if you choose to.
All right, let's sit to the left then.
Okay. I need to think of her name. Okay. So as soon as you sit down, he says, "Ah, Luna, it's a pleasure." And Os, it's nice to see you as well. And then he greets the rest of you each individually.
What does Os say in return? I want to hear this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You guys do it to me so often.
Osborne, it is a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to work with you and see you. Honestly, this occasion is not used to seeing you so well dressed.
Talk to himself.
And Osborne simply says, Ost, it's always a pleasure. We need to start having you around more in these gatherings. Personally, I don't
sound the same.
I do not do voices very well, guys. I stink. That's why Huh? I didn't hear you. Can you say that one last time?
I said get better at doing voices.
One day I will, guys. One day. That's Michael's strong suit, not mine.
I have a strong suit.
But yeah. So they say that. I don't think they say anything else. Osborne greets all of you, and he introduces you to. It's gonna be. Where's that? Arya. Arya, the lady sitting next to him, and he says, "This is the Queen of Peak Town. And he just kind of motions.
Pleasure to meet you.
And she just
I've
gives
heard
us.
so much about you.
Oh, have you?
Yes. So many wonderful citizens here speak very highly of their lovely queen.
So, are you rolling a bluff because you have never heard her name before? Like no one's really been.
I'm
put
using
my
my
hands in my
background as a lady of the guild of
Okay.
artisans to speak formally of like how you would at a party.
Okay.
I'll roll if you want me to. But
No, just because your background, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I think that's good. Were one of you guys trying to say something?
No.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, the waiters all present. Ultimately, there's a large cow. I would venture to say actually multiple cows laid out on a table, on a dinner table, and there's waiters going around, giving you each a plate. They're filling your glasses up with wine or ale, whatever you choose.
I got a question.
Yes.
Are these cows like alive, or are they
No.
all cooked?
They're fully cooked.
Because I'll totally eat a live cow.
They're fully cooked cows.
You know, they do this with pigs. I don't think they do this with cows, do they?
No.
So wait, they're just dead cows laying on the thing, right?
No, they're like, it's like they barbecue or cooked a cow with a rotisserie rack over an open fire.
Damn, there goes my plan. It's probably not even cooked all the way through.
You guys aren't even at the serving table. It's waiters and waitresses going around grabbing the food. And then presenting.
I'll take my same thing in reverse. So just around.
I want mine rare.
Are you guys actually doing this?
Yes.
Can I cast Firebolt?
Oh,
No,
okay.
The cow.
One at a time. One at a time.
you can cast firebolt at one cow at it.
Hey.
Leobard, what are you doing? So you're given your plate by your waitress. What are you doing?
Casting fireball on a plate and warm it all up.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna burn my plate.
Well, it's made of like glass or something, right?
Are you tossing something, or are you just?
What?
Are you tossing a firebolt at something, or are you just taking your food graciously?
I'm gonna take my food graciously.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything, then?
As a frog, I only eat insects.
Do not eat like.
Too bad. Eat the cow.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry, and takes the plate back if you aren't going to take it, and he runs off. And if you wait there after about 2 to 5 minutes, here, let me roll dice. After 4 minutes, he comes back with a plate full of worms and insects and all of those sorts of things. And you look at his hands, and they're all filthy. His outfit's like covered in mud at this point.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Can I pull that waiter aside and give them 5 gold pieces?
Yes, you can.
I'm just going to put the 5 gold pieces in his pocket, and I'm going to get close to him and say, "Thank you."
When the waiter walks past me, can I try and steal the gold?
Yeah, you can, yes.
Bro, why?
The waiter says, thank you very much. He goes to walk off.
I hope you get caught.
What am I rolling?
You just roll a d20 sleight of hand.
14.
14. So you get your hands on the gold pieces. You can feel the coin in your hand, and you just feel Osborne or a big hand go on your back shoulder and says, "None of that's needed here. I mean, we're all just celebrating the victory of the war."
That's when he said, "Just making sure that they stay secure in there."
And you turn around and you see Osborne just kind of towering over you.
How much health did you say he has?
Osborne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Osborne You don't know how much health Osborne has, but he is clearly the best warrior out of everyone here. He's not in any armor or anything. He's just wearing fine clothes. But your hands are still on the. At this point, the waiter is looking at you. He's not like making any motions, and Osborne just takes his hand off of your shoulder and just kind of looks at you.
I'm gonna raise my hand as to go to cast sleep and then stop when it tells me not to.
Okay. Are you letting go of the gold? Because your hand's still in this dude's pocket. I'm assuming.
How much did I notice? I'll take my hand out of the pocket then.
He has noticed. He's looking at you. Like most of the table at this point is looking at you.
I'm gonna take my hand out of his pocket and go back to eating.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand him another 5 gold for his trouble.
He just looks at you with a gracious look. Osborne just goes and sits back down as if nothing happened. And the waiter runs off.
Guys, I wasn't arrested, honestly. Blatantly trying to steal.
Osborne rolled that. He just so happened to
And you guys watch as I now have 10 coins in my hand that I just put back into my pocket. Joking.
Okay, so with that, do you guys want to strike up a conversation with anyone in particular? Luna, you find out Osk is actually a talker, and he's talking to just about anyone that passes, and he's striking up conversations, talking about wizardry stuff, and just a bunch. Osborne and Arya are very much playing the part of good party hosts, talking with anyone. At this point, once they finish their food, they start to stand up and talk, mingle around with people.
Is Osborne the king, or is he just the general?
You have come to find out he is the king of Peaktown.
I'm going to ask him if they take mistresses here.
They take. Are you asking this in front of the queen, or are you just asking if you trying to?
Yeah, because I'm not from this world. I'm just making conversation. I'm asking how the hierarchy works and all that stuff, royal family stuff. You know, periods. What their views are on things.
Yes. So.
I mean, for instance.
He just states he's just like no. Typically, it's just the king and the queen, and whatever their children are, they pass on the kingdom to them.
Do you guys have children?
We do, yes. We have 2 children. We have a son that is about 14 and a daughter which is about 8. And just so you guys know, they're in about their late 30s to early 40s. And then Osborne goes on to talk about the city-states of the wall. There's about 10 different towns on the upper part of the wall that are very much trade among each other. Peaktown is the largest and ultimately the capital. Not officially, but ultimately. And Osborne does his best to keep watch over the rest of the cities, make sure everyone is provided for, and all of those other things. They each have their own king and queen, though. Any other specific questions that you want to ask? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that answered it more or less. I was going to ask if they had any other royal titles, barons, counts, anything like that.
They do. They have military generals, and then they also have different counts. And he points out a few different nobles that you see.
And do you guys bestow titles regularly, or is that something you have to do something?
We do.
Participate in a battle to defend a city or something, for instance.
And with that, he just, as a matter of fact, we do. And with that, he kind of calls a toast. I can't come to a conclusion on the title. I was just going to call you guys Thanes
I
because
jingle by
I
dog.
played a lot of Skyrim. But is there an actual name for like it? If you guys remember back in like the Greek city states, were there a name for the people that were champions,
Elites.
elites? What else? Does
High
anyone else
class.
have? I forgot to actually look this up. This is one of the things I forgot to look up. My bad. But he calls a toast, and once everyone quiets down, he speaks up, and I'm going to slaughter all of your guys' names. He will not, but I will. And he goes on to give a great speech about the valiance of each and every individual that fought and lost their lives. And he says, it was a great honor fighting with each one of you. I am proud to stand here and be called your king. But at this time, I'd like to specifically bestow the title. I'm going to call you guys champions for now, unless Michael finds something or Luna finds something different. The title of champions. And I will bestow it upon, and if you would stand as I state your name so that the people can see who their champions are. And he will say Luna, Zug, Antariel, all. How do you say your name, Blake? Aria? Aria? Aria?
Alaria. It's like malaria, but without the M.
Alaria and Leobar. And with that, if you guys all actually, do you guys all actually stand?
Yes, I will stand.
Yes.
So Zug, you stand up, and at this point you're barely looking over the table. And with that, he says, upon these heroes of Peak, I declare their title champions. We owe our lives to these individuals. They fought bravely and were able to show such great power that they actually caused the dwarfs to flee. And in their honor, this feast is bestowed. And with that, he says, cheers to our new champions, and raises his glass.
Yeah.
And then gives a mighty roar at the end, and with that, sits back down and ultimately, or goes about to start mingling with the individuals. Are you guys going to do anything?
Can I ask if I can get a pet dog?
Who are you asking?
I don't know.
You're just asking a random guest. Hey, can I have a pet dog?
Are there any people around here that sell dogs?
Are you just asking a random person?
Yeah, I'll ask random fucking guests.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just pull a guy aside. You just start talking to him and asking him questions. He just looks at you and says, "At the party, no, but if you go back down to the market after, I'm sure somebody can sell you an animal."
All right then, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yes. Do you live here in the city?
I do. I actually run a shop down in the marketplace.
Oh, what do you sell?
A little bit of everything.
A general store?
You could say that.
Hmm.
I like to specialize a little bit more in weapons, but for the most part, it's a general store. I sell just about anything I can get my hands on.
Ah. What is your name?
Ah. My name is Eldor.
Eldor. I see. You like cow? You like eating cow, sir?
Yes, actually, a cow is kind of a specialty around here, as they have to come down from one of the towns off the wall. So myself, I really enjoy it.
Very nice.
Indeed, indeed. And with that, he kind of gives you his nod, and it was a pleasure to meet you. And with that, he kind of moves on to the next person. Okay. Anyone else want to talk to anyone in specific?
No, but are there any valuable objects in the room?
You.
Valuable, like as in cost money, or magical, or like what are you looking for?
Both.
It sounds like
Leobard, are you looking for anything in particular, or is just kind of looking for something of value with gold?
Anything magical or worth gold.
Okay, roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Please tell me you say it.
I got a 16.
16. So there's a couple coin purses. I'm only going to allow you to actually go for one. There's a lot of these people are wearing jewelry, like necklaces, rings. You can't necessarily sense anything of magical origins, but like this is a very rich party. Obviously, there's people that have money here. But I will say, just so you guys know, there is a lot of common-looking people, like that don't have the regal jewelry and all of that, but they all seem to be wearing nicer clothes.
Steal their clothes. So
I'm not gonna steal people's clothes. They need them.
You don't.
but people need. Apparently, we need money, but we steal that.
Leobard. Are you going for anything in particular? Are you going for a coin purse or a necklace, or what are you going for?
Is the tablecloth worth money?
Because with the 16, I'll let you grab one of them, and then I'll have you roll again to see what you actually get. How good
Does
it was.
the queen have anything on her?
Oh,
Does who?
The queen.
The queen has some very nice things, but
what?
what are you trying? Are you trying to steal something off the queen?
I'll take something off the queen if I can.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Roll a d20 to see what you get.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. You managed to pull off. She doesn't have any gold on her, so you managed to steal a necklace from the queen.
Yeah, necklace from the queen.
I roll a high. What do I get?
What?
I rolled a 5. What do I get?
I can't hear you. It sounds like two of you guys are talking at once.
I said I rolled a 5. What do I get? If he rolled a 4.
Yeah, but he rolled to. He already rolled the stealth of hand to get something. He was just rolling for the quality of what he got.
Oh, I know. I could joke.
Are you trying to pickpocket with a 5?
No, of course not. I'm not
Are you trying to pickpocket the queen with a 5?
No, I rolled a 20 to get her attention and help distract you from Leopold.
I'm going to walk away with the necklace, like as I'm stuffing it into my pocket.
Wait, if it's the queen, it's what everyone knows. I recognize it. If you sold it here.
I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not that dumb.
Oh.
I'm gonna do far more important things.
Chant it.
No.
So your
This is the
magic,
first.
can I interest you in any rune enchantments?
Are you talking to the queen, Mike?
Yeah. Speaking of,
I don't know if we need anything particular, but
you happen to have a court mage.
yes, actually. And she kind of turns to look at Ox, who just seems to be following you around for the most part. He's talking to people as you're moving around, but he's always kind of sticking fairly close to you. Yes, actually, Osk he's not officially, but he is anything we need. He is provided for.
Well, actually, it seems like I've already found the close acquaintances and friends I need in life.
That you have. You make good acquaintances.
And with that, I dragged Osk over into a quiet corner so we can talk quietly to ourselves for a little bit.
Okay.
Is there a dance at this party, or is it just
Yeah. At this point, there's a dance. People are starting to dance in the center.
No, I'm going to talk to him for a little bit and then ask him to dance.
Okay. What are you going to talk about?
Brody to fly around.
Just to get to know him better.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a d20 to see how well you get to know him.
12 plus whatever you want.
Okay, so yeah, you actually get to know him pretty well. You actually find out more about his life.
Is he single?
He is single. He's never had another person in his life. He's about 32.
We're human beings.
He studied magic pretty much all of his life. And yeah, he's opened his shop up a couple years ago, and it's pretty much been his life ever since. And he's made a name for himself for a couple of big quests, or a big quest he did a while back to the Great, what's it called? The Great Tree. And he brought back one of the apples of the Great Tree. So, yes. And that's pretty much, and then you go take him to dance.
Awesome. I'm going to attempt to dance with everybody in the party after all.
Okay. You're able to. Actually, Zug, roll a d20 for me.
I'm wearing gloves. That's part of my attire.
Yeah. I'm just having him roll a d20. You said 9?
Indeed.
Are you wearing gloves? Zug, are you wearing gloves?
Am I wearing what? Robes?
Gloves.
Gloves? Yes.
Okay. So people are lining up to dance with you for some reason.
They're lining up to dance with me.
Yes.
Damn, okay.
Men and women.
All right. I'm going to say no to all the men.
Okay.
I'll dance with anybody who asks.
Do you want to dance anymore?
Everyone roll a d20 to see how popular they are.
Wait,
Everybody?
everybody? Did you say everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, everyone roll a d20 to see how popular they are.
5.
Makes sense. You're trying to speed up.
Whoever rolled the 5, yeah, there's a few people, but they're kind of the weirdos of the group.
See, I tried to do it, and then I did.
DM, was my role for that earlier?
No, your roll was for something else. Just because I already rolled for you though. I rolled a nat 20 for you. People really like you for some reason.
Oh, they really like me. Okay.
I want to dance with Luna.
Okay.
I dance with everybody at least.
What did everyone else get?
I rolled Luna.
You rolled Luna. Okay.
Said it yourself. You dance with everybody at least once.
So you guys are all fairly popular, because you are the people, the champions of the town now. So everyone's trying to get to know you. They're all trying to talk to you. So for the most part, you guys are all fairly crowded most of the night. Zug is particularly crowded over everyone else.
But I rolled a 20 as well.
Why am I so popular, guys? Why?
I didn't know that. You
So you had a talking bear not too long ago.
Do you see a talking bear anywhere now?
Well, I mean, she technically is. I mean, she can transform into it.
So Luna is also very popular.
Surprised I haven't been so far.
Almost as popular as Zug. People are a little bit more standoffish a little bit because they're not necessarily because of you, but because you always seem to be preoccupied with somebody. And just you carry an aura of regalness, I guess, that just kind of people feel.
You talking about me or the frog?
Luna. The frog, no, everyone is literally just crowding around the frog.
Because he's purple.
Make sure no one touches you.
It's the royal color.
Yeah, I made an announcement saying, hey, just make sure you don't touch me, otherwise you will be poisoned. It's kind of a grung thing. It's not my fault. And if you guys have any hate towards me because of that, that's racism. No, that's speciesism. That's what it is. Thank you.
And right after that, and says, Osborne stands up and says, I will not tolerate any racism within Peaktown. We are all equals and of one accord and one purpose. Thank you, Zug.
Thank you.
Can I go throw that Zug?
What was that? Sorry.
I said, can I grab a tomato and throw it at Zug?
You can. Roll to see if you hit.
That one.
That is unfortunate. You go to throw a tomato at Zug, but it just so happens that the queen just so happens to be standing fairly close to him, and
You fucking dumbass!
a tomato hits the queen right in the back of her white dress.
Can I intercept that?
You can try, yes. I will give it to you. Roll
I'm
to
gonna try to shoot with my arrow.
Okay.
That's gonna be.
Hey, remember that one time you healed the enemy?
I'm gonna act like it's an actual threat, and I'm gonna rage.
No.
Which gives me access to my
So,
spirit.
what did you roll to hit for your arrow?
Hope you roll.
Are you trying to
What am I rolling?
just roll a d20 plus, like you would typically with your arrow? I'll give you a plus. I'll give you a plus 3.
Get it out of the air.
Okay.
Okay, I stand corrected.
What did you roll?
Yeah, it's by my room.
So what's this about Are we doing about an arrow now? I thought we were doing something with a tomato.
Yeah, the arrow hit the tomato out of there, I'm guessing. With a 19.
He rolled 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw a tomato fly and I saw an arrow fly. So I went and I transformed into the bugbear right behind the queen and protected her from whatever was coming from that way.
Did he hit the tomato?
Yes, you did hit the tomato, and the tomato is now flying across the room in another direction with the arrow.
Where did that arrow hit it?
Some poor dude.
Some dude that
Technically come back.
Oh, that is true. So the arrow, you shoot the arrow, and it just starts to curve, and it starts coming back towards you.
So it's coming back towards you.
No, it would go into my quiver.
It's coming back towards you. It doesn't slow down yet.
Yeah, don't.
Are you just standing there waiting for it to go back on the timer? Are you waiting there?
DM's discretion.
Well,
Are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Are you just waiting there, waiting for it to go back on the timer?
can I use my frog tongue to eat the tomato and the arrow?
And they.
So,
Hey,
So, Luna, you turn into a bugbear behind the queen, and the queen does not know you're a bugbear, and she freaks out.
You really?
what did I miss?
I'm gonna say behind me, don't worry, Your Majesty. I'm protecting you.
She screams.
What did I miss?
She screams and still attempts to run. Luckily, Osborne is there and just kind of catches her up and tries to start to calm her down, but she's freaking out still. Do you have a long tongue, Zug? I thought your tongue was normal sized.
He has a long tongue.
Okay. Are you going to try to eat it out of the air?
yes.
Okay.
I also
I'm gonna 18.
presenting myself normal.
18.
Plus whatever proficiencies.
So Blake, are you actually trying to do anything to prevent this arrow, or are you just standing there expecting it
I'm
to go back
stop, drop, and roll. I was gonna keep running.
So Blake hits the ground, you hit the ground, and right as it was about to hit you in the face, Zug sticks his tongue out, managed to slobber on a couple people, but nonetheless grab the arrow out of the air.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily eat it, you just kind of, it hits both sides of your cheeks because it's a little bit too big for your mouth. But yeah, that all happened. The queen is still panicking.
I turned back from my bugbear back into my half elf.
Okay.
I stare at the person who threw the tomato. Thanks for the snack, Leomod. Now,
You're welcome.
you got some equating to do. And an apology.
You looked hungry.
You owe an apology to the queen. I suggest you get on your knees and you stop begging for your life, little boy.
Little frog saying, little boy.
Do you call Leobard out like this in front of everyone?
Yes,
Okay. So you have the crowd of people that's just around you that all just glare at Leobard.
So I'm gonna cast darkness around me
Okay.
in the area.
boy. Oh boy.
Your bird.
And then I'm gonna run for the door.
What does the darkness do? Is it just an area, square area, or what?
Magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere.
And does it stick with you, or just the area?
It's just a area.
Okay. So you can cast darkness, but this room is fairly large. It's a fairly large ballroom. So after that, you just
Am I at least 15 feet from a door?
not necessarily because you were at the head table. So the door is kind of all the
I
way
only
across.
have one use with this spell, though, due to the fact that it's part of my draw magic.
I will allow you to roll a d20 to see if you can fade into the crowd if you choose to.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm
Okay.
going to use darkness. And then
I'll give you an advantage on it.
advantage?
Yeah.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah. You fade into the crowd fairly well, and are you just going to the door, I'd assume?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, with that, is anyone else doing anything else? Osborne kind of, once he calms down the queen, he just kind of speaks and says, "Thank you to our lovely champions for the entertainment this evening. Always a pleasure."
I was going to surprise him now.
Always happy to be service to our lovely king and queen?
The queen is slightly paler than she was before, but she manages to. At this point, she's kind of finally regained her sense. But yeah,
Propriety?
yes.
I walk up to the queen. I do humbly apologize for my party members' actions. If there's any way that I can repay this,
As long as I'm not
please let me know. If you want him dead and his head on a spike, so be it.
And she kind of straightens her clothes. And once you say dead on a spike, she kind of gets drawn back slightly and says, No. Never would we want anything like that.
I will torture his family in front of him. You so dare to ask.
know my family.
I will find him.
The queen's starting to
Isn't
get
you gonna torture yourself?
the queen's starting to slightly get uncomfortable and shifts on easy after you say that statement. It says, no, it's perfectly fine. No one got hurt, and I just simply was not expecting the situation. And with that, it is always a pleasure to have you, wonderful group, in our castle. You are welcome back anytime.
For that, you can take Ost's hand and go back to his place
Okay.
for after evening tea.
Okay. So his house isn't quite as nice as yours, but he lives on top of his shop ultimately, but it's still fairly nice. Just wait. House last time? I feel like you did actually. No, he lives in the same neighborhood that you do. Never mind. His house is just about as nice as yours. Okay. Are any of you guys doing anything else? If not, we will end the session here.
It's in the windows.
Leobard, where are you going after this?
I'm just going to go back to my house and read my book.
Okay. Okay.
Also, is there any boxes I can put the necklace in?
Yeah, you can find a box.
Okay, then I'm just gonna grab a box quick so I can put this necklace somewhere.
Okay.
Just in case, I get patted down.
You just steal a necklace.
I did that earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Just so you know, everyone still expects, Osborne and Arya are very upright, expecting the best out of everyone, king and queen. They still expect you. They still see you as a good, honest individual.
Somehow.
And that's just so you know
What's
that.
their opinion on the bugbear?
What?
What's their opinion on Luna?
She is fine with Luna. She just was not expecting that. She rolled a nat 1 on surprise.
Oh, so he has to change her panties.
Yes.
Okay.
What about Zug?
What about Zoo?
Yeah, neat. He's like chum.
The queen and king love all of you individually. You are great individuals in their eyes.
Even me, even though they're at war with my kind.
Yes.
Fight your kind.
They are
True.
they view everyone with equality. They are very good rulers, and they do see the best out of all of you guys. They expect the best, as well as they see you guys as the heroes of Peak Town. Out of character. I'm telling you this. With that, does anyone want to do anything before the session ends officially?
No.
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. So that's the end of the session.
All right.
Um,
I'm going to end the stream here. So, bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Bye, everyone.